Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In the previous sessions, we have seen how to build a data table and how to sort the elements in data table. So in this example, what we are going to do is, in this session, what we are going to see is how to add a row or how to add a column in an existing data table. So first, suppose if you are creating a data table by using a screen scraping technique or data scraping technique. So we don't see anything called build data table. Suppose if you have any data table like this, if you want to add one column, suppose I want to add a column for marks and I want to include some more students in my data table. So what I will do is, I will use some activities to add the columns or add the rows into my data table. So here I am taking the previous activity. So it is having the same data whatever I have in this Excel sheet. So this is showing in a sorted manner. So here I have the data. So what I will do is, I will use search for add column. So add data column with activity entity. So I'm going to put this before this output data table activity. So now we can see that fields and these properties. So we have the input session as well as the option. So in the input session, we can see the column name and data table. Whatever the data table we want to edit, so I'm going to keep this as DT. Okay. So and the column name I will mention as marks. So and if you have any data column available from the other sources, we can just need to mention the column name. So here in this column field, so if you are providing the common field, so these two parts can get ignored. Okay. So column name can get ignored. So in the options, if you see, so allow DB null. So it means if you are selecting this, so it will say true. So then it will allow the null values. If it is not required, or uncheck this, it will convert into false. So I'm not going to use this property now. So I'm just unchecking all of this. So auto increment. So suppose if you are using a column that is for any serial number like that, so you can use this property auto increment. Suppose while entering the details in the next time, so this property will enables the column to get auto incremented. So based on the default value, okay. And maximum length. So just like what we have seen in the build table or in the output table, or we have seen, so we can sort the length. So by 100 or 10, whatever the requirement we have, so we can mention that length here. And unique. So this property is helpful to not allow the duplicates into our data table. So I'm just going to keep only one add data column here with the name as marks, and let's try to add a row. So for that I need to search for data row. So here we can see add data row column, add data row activity. So I'm going to keep below to the add data column. So here in this properties we can see the input properties saying array row, data row on data table, and here the data table field, whatever the data table we want to insert, so we need to mention the data table. So my data table is DT. Okay. And here in the array row, we need to give the input for this row, or if you have any data array, you can mention the data row in this field. So here I'm going to provide the details of another student called Vicky with the roll number and as well as his marks. Okay. So further, what I will do is, so as it is a string, and another thing in the column, so we have a field to specify the data type. So in the type argument, we need to mention whether it is an integer or what type of data type it is. So as my column name is marks, I'm going to keep it as integer. So like this we can update the details. In the data row, I'm using this array row. So here I'm going to mention the data whatever I want to add. So Vicky. So with the roll number 99 and the marks he got is 950. Okay. So now this will add the row to the last row of the data table with the marks as well. Okay, so let's run this, and the column which we have included here, marks, will get appended to the previous one. And so I'm going to remove this sort data activity now, and here I'm keeping the sheet name as sheet 2 from the column from the sheet A1. Here I'm going to set back as DT. So let's run this. I'm closing this Excel sheet. So our expression is completed now. Let's open this Excel sheet. So my Excel sheet is DT sample. So a new sheet is created now. So if you observe, a marks column is created with a default value 0, as we have not mentioned any value at column. So specifies default value. So as it is an integer, it set the value as 0 in the marks column. Now this marks column is added, and if you observe the 11th row, which is not available in the sheet 1, got added in this 11th row with the roll number as 99 and marks as 950. So like this, we will use this add row and add columns to add the columns and the data into the data table. And what we'll do is we'll do one more activity in this data tables. So that is let's search. So we'll see remove duplicates activity now. So for that, what I will do is, so I will add one more row with the same data. So here I have data like this, and I'm keeping one more plus key 55. I think another key, the row number 55. Okay, okay. So now I'm going to use this remove duplicates. So after my data table, so here I need to mention the input of my data table as dt. So from where I want to remove the duplicates. Okay. So an output of the data table is again dt. And here what I will do is I will use one more data table. Okay. Now I will use this dt sort as my data table, which is displayed after displaying this, after removing the duplicates. Okay. So here in the Excel, instead of printing this in sheet 2, I will use sheet 3, and here I will use the data dt sorted, so which doesn't contain any duplicates. Okay, so let's run this. So we are not going to use the sorted or add row or add column activities. So let's see what will happen. So the execution is completed. So now a new sheet is generated here. So here we can see only wiki is available. So as in the input, we have data like this. So after Rahul, we have couple of wikis with the data as 55 in the roll number fields. Now in the sheet 3, we can see only one wiki is available. So suppose we'll do one more thing. So if all my columns are same, then only this operation will be performed. If you observe this, the heading and the wing tag, so those are with the same roll number 20. So that time this operation is not performed, and all the columns are equal, then only our operation will then only this removed duplicate columns will be worked properly. So I hope you like this video. Please do subscribe to my channel. Please provide your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.